For 8 days, the Amgen Tour of California has traversed the state under glorious sunny conditions, and no exception for this final stage, number 8, based on Thousand Oaks. The man in the yellow jersey, Bradley Wiggins, defending a 30 seconds lead over Rowan Dennis.
Yes, a very short, fast stage of 76 miles, 122 kilometers, but the break came very quickly on the opening lap, and 8 men opened up an advantage of almost 4 minutes over the front end of the main field.
Challenge of the day was the climb of the Mulholland Highway, known as Rockstore. A tough climb too, and it was where he split up second time up. Jack Bobridge here in second place, being led there by Nicky Terpstra. They went clear, and there were 2 very strong riders on the attack. It was a very difficult descent, which constantly hurt the peloton.
Yes, the 2 leaders took advantage, but on the descent, Peter Sagan, the man who won the Saturday stage into Pasadena, showed everybody why he's one of the best bike handlers in the world and took off a clear lead on the descent. But the 2 leaders, as they approached the finishing town, were still well off the front end of the main field.
Bradley Wiggins unconcerned by the breakaway. Jack Bobridge was nearest to him, but he was 10 minutes and 59 seconds off his yellow jersey, so he was more concerned with the proximity of the riders about him. Crowds perhaps more suited to the Tour de France on the climb last time up, and Jack Bobridge pushing on here. But again, the peloton, although getting smaller and then yo-yoing and getting bigger, were still all together. And as they were heading down to 3 small circuits, there was nobody in front.
Yes, but everybody feeling this was the last opportunity to win themselves a final stage. Acevedo, the rider from Garmin Sharp, a Colombian climber, thought he could steal advantage over the front end of the peloton. And still, riders felt on the circuits around the finishing town of Thousand Oaks wanted to go clear. Jack Bobridge in the action once again.
Yes, Bobridge had bridged the gap to 3 new attackers in Eloy Terriel, Jens Kukeler and Lucas Yusa, the American. Yusa was now the best placed on the block, 10 minutes 2 seconds behind Bradley Wiggins. But it wasn't to be. A late returner to the peloton was Mark Cavendish. After a brilliant chase off the mountains, he was back in the thick of it and was now looking to win the stage. But they hadn't finished just yet.
No, they hadn't. The rider who tried to win the previous stage, Eloy Terriel, tried to jump away again to get himself a surprise victory, but not on this occasion. The sprinters were going to prove why they were the fastest men in the world.
On the far right, Peter Sagan dodging round the fading riders, but Mark Cavendish just on the right of our picture now was bursting through. Alongside him, John Degenkolb in a repeat of the opening stage in Sacramento. The result was the same as well, and almost the winning margin too. Cavendish just getting a few centimetres ahead of the fast finishing John Degenkolb. For Mark Cavendish, his 2nd win of the week.
Yes, a little bit of an early salute there for Mark Cavendish as he crossed the line. I think he was a bit surprised about the return of John Degenkolb coming up to get 2nd place, but the photo finish proved it was a win from the Manxman.
And the man who won the 9th edition of the Amgen Tour of California, Bradley Wiggins, only the 3rd non-American rider to win this event, and he wins it by 30 seconds over Rowan Dennis. First of all, the stage winners podium, sprinters all, 3 men who will likely cross swords again in the month of July in the upcoming Tour de France. It was a pure sprint finish today. Overall, though, Bradley Wiggins, with his family all around him, had won the Amgen Tour of California. He put it down as a really great victory, and this is a man who's won the Tour de France and Olympic gold medals. All of the stage winners and the prize winners there in the centre in green for the 5th year in a row. Peter Sagan carrying off the Visit California points. Will Rowtley, the polka dot jersey, as Michelob Ultra's King of the Mountains. Lawson Craddock on the left finished 3rd overall and took the best young rider for a 2nd year. And Garmin Sharp, Rowan Dennis's team, who finished 2nd, they won the team prize as well. Final look at the overall standings of this year's Amgen Tour. Brad Wiggins winning by 30 seconds. That's the 4th lowest margin in the history of this event. Lawson Craddock in 3rd place. And looking further down, Peter Stettner, who led the BMC racing team, 6th overall. And the top 10 completed by David de la Cruz. Goodbye.